lifting the trailing heel, getting a little more rotation. Maybe with each turn, maybe glancing over your shoulder with your eyes to get a little more gentle turn of the neck. Smiling. Lower our hands to waist level. And just allow this motion to emanate from the core, from the dantian. Your body followed by your arms and your fingers. Clearing the mind. Breathing in good positive chi. And exhaling any stuck chi, anything we no longer need. Can anchor our feet, go into flop, allowing our legs and our core to generate this motion, allowing the hands to enliven the lower back and the lower abdomen, waking up our internal organs, loosening up our muscles and joints and tendons and ligaments. Just allowing those arms and hands to swing freely and breathing. You can bring the leading hand up to the chest level and enliven the lungs and the heart and the upper chest. Sending good energy to that area. You can bring the hand up a little higher to the neck and shoulders. Sending good positive chi to those joints and muscles, tendons, ligaments, and all the working parts of our wonderful beings. Back down to the chest. The lower abdomen. And unwind and come back to center. And assume our posture, our stance. And just notice, take inventory. Notice how your body feels. Where are the areas of tingling energy, chi in our bodies? Good. Let's bring some more energy in. Let's move into pump. We're just gonna begin to raise our arms up and allow gravity to pull them down. Giving a little gentle bend in the knees. Breathing into it. Bringing energy up from the earth through our soles of our feet, up through our legs and into our bodies, and all the way up through the crown of our head. So get a little extra force going. You can go up on your toes, watch your balance, and land on your heels and get a little thunk coming up through your skeleton, building bone density. Breathing into it. And then relaxing, coming back to center. And let's just smooth and settle that energy. We'll go through some reaching up and bringing down the heavens. We'll just bring our arms out, take a big deep breath in and settle that chi, come down the center line, exhaling down. We'll do a few of these. Allowing that chi to go wherever it needs to go. We'll do one more. Good. Okay, we can slap our hips. Oh, no, we'll wake the dantian, waking the dantian. And patting our lower abdomen. Breathing deeply. Livening our internal organs. Clearing the mind, being in the moment. Come around and wake up the lower back. Come around and tap on our hips. Wake up those big muscles. Come down behind the knees. Around to the front, the 3 mile point. Below the knees. Come down the insides of the legs, around the feet, the outsides of the legs, tapping all over our lower legs here, upper legs, 3 times. Okay, we can work on an elbow, sending good healing energy to our joints and muscles inside of the elbow, the outside. Feel free to spend extra time where it's needed. You can come up and work on that shoulder on the side, all around, livening the skin and the blood vessels. We can come down the inside, the outside of down our side and down the inside of the arm and up the outside of the arm. Repeat that 3 times. Enlivening the whole arm and side. Go over, switch sides. Being joined by the osprey this morning. Inside and outside of this elbow. Up and work on that shoulder. And down the side, up the side, inside of the arm and outside of the arm 3 times. Wrap on the chest. Breathe, take a deep breath in and hold it. And exhale. Shake that out. We can use our fingertips to tap and enliven all those tiny muscles in our neck, in our head, and our face. We'll begin at the back of the neck, the jade pillow. Use your fingertips to enliven the skin, those muscles. You can work your way around to your ears, above the ears, back of the ears, below the ears, cheekbone, come down the chin, under the lip, above the lip, below the eyes, corners of the eyes, eyebrows, above the eyes, temple. Work on your forehead, stimulating all those wonderful parts. Top of the head. You can shake that out. We can spend a minute working on our wonderful hands. Why don't you take your thumb and forefinger in one hand and just massage the webbing between the thumb and forefinger on the other hand. Send good energy to these marvelous tools, these amazing, wonderful things. You can work your way down between the index and middle fingers. You may find that the area doesn't need any work at all, it feels great. You may find some tenseness or some kinky area that needs a little work, needs to be opened up, needs to be relaxed. Work your way down to the ring and pinky web there. Just massaging those areas. We'll do that, switch hands, do that on the other side. Sending good healing energy to these, to our marvelous hands. Working our way down the fingers. You can shake that out. Let's move into Tim's horse stance sequence. We'll just take a slightly wider stance, as much as you feel comfortable with, as much as you feel energized with. We're gonna sink the weight a little bit, and on an in-breath, bring the hands out, arms out to a T, palms facing down, and begin to do some deep, slow breathing. Make adjustments. You might rock back and forth on your feet. Find that point where we use the least amount of energy. Qigong is sometimes referred to as the art of effortless flow. And this is so you can be mindful of finding a position of least energy to achieve our goal or our posture or our stance. You can raise the palms up. Place the palms facing out. You can raise the arms up, palms facing the sky, allowing energy to come down from the sky into the center of our palms, down through the rest of our body. And we can point the palms down and rain that energy down through the crown of our head, sending good, positive energy through our whole body. We can stand up, begin to lower the hands, walking in, smoothing that energy, that very engaged energy we've been working with, smoothing it through our system. And do a clearing, and raise the palms up. Again, breathing in and exhaling down. Just cleansing our energy. Good. Next, we can move into the Buddha flow. We're going to scoop some energy. We're going to breathe in the Dantian and rotate our hands, palms facing down, and exhale down. Next, we breathe in, palms up to the heart center, and exhale down. And then the third time, we breathe all the way in, up, reaching to the sky, and exhale, palms facing down, smoothing that energy throughout our whole top to bottom. And we're going to repeat. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And find a rhythm and a speed that works for you. As with any of these movements, you want to make adjustments that work for you. If you've got any issues you need to work around, the movements can be smaller or larger. And you can adjust the speed to fit your breath or just what feels good. You could imagine bringing energy into each of these areas. Use that vision to guide the flow of chi. We'll do one more sequence up to the level of the Dantian, up to the heart center, all the way up to the head center and the sky. Shake that out. We'll move next into rotating the hips in a barrel, hands on the hips, with maybe a slightly wider than shoulder width stance. Just pick a direction. We're just going to rotate our hips, keeping our head and back upright. Just getting a good stretch in the insides of the legs. Some loosening of our hips and lower back. You can imagine you're standing in a fine oak barrel, using the outsides of your hips and to scrape the insides of that barrel. Breathing deeply Relaxing the face, relaxing the head, the neck. Being engaged in our hip area, upper legs. And switch directions. Breathing into it. Having a smile in your mind. And we can come back to center, and we'll do a slightly different one. Maybe take a little bit wider stance if you can, if it feels good. And we'll do circles. We're going to lower, kind of bend at the hips and lower, move our head around and up. We don't want to go back too far, but kind of straight up and over. And we'll just do some circles like this in each direction. A little more engaged in the lower back. You might feel a little stretch in some slightly different muscles. Breathing in good energy to our lower back and hips and upper legs. You can switch directions. Come back to center. Stretch, shake that out. Next, we'll do turn and gaze at the moon. So we're going to start with our hands, kind of making a little bit of a bow in our arms, our fingertips, as if you're holding a big beach ball. We're just going to rotate those arms and our hips, our whole torso off to one side and gaze up above, a little bit back and above our shoulders. Gaze at the moon and hold this for a breath. And then swing back down to center. Repeat that rotation off to the other side. Gazing at the moon, the spring sky. We'll do a number of these. Go at your own pace. Breathe naturally. Get a good rotation in our torso. A little bit of engagement in our arms, shoulders. And again, just make this movement to the size that suits you. If you've got hip issues or shoulder issues or issues with your arms, this can be a much smaller movement. Breathe deeply. Follow your hands with the gaze of your head, your eyes of your head. We'll do one more on each side. Come back to center. Shake that out. Next movement will be Dan Yu. We'll just begin in our position here. We're going to sweep the hands out. We're going to just bring them up, palms facing up, about to shoulder height in front of us. And flip the palms over and exhale coming down. And just repeat that motion. We're going to raise our palms up, breathing in and exhaling down. You might have a gentle bend in the legs, kind of raise the body, the weight up as we come up, and lower the weight as we come down. And just find a rhythm here. Try to match the breath with the motion and calm the mind. Breathing deeply. Breathing in good positive energy and exhaling, sending back to the earth anything we no longer need, any stuck energy, any excess energy. Just let it go. Do one more. Exhaling. Let's finish off with a clearing. Let's just breathe in, arms coming out and around. Exhaling down the center line. Smoothing out the chi. Next exercise, we'll do swimming dragon. Just bring our hands up to prayer position. Rest your thumbs on your chest. Let's sink the weight a little bit. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. Clearing the mind. Being thankful for nature springing up all around us. Enjoying the fresh energy. And then you can begin to allow those hands to move where they will, imagining a large, powerful dragon swimming in the sea or in the lake. Just explore this movement. You can go down and up. You can bring the hands away from the chest. Allow those hands and arms to lead your body around and up and down. Getting some good spiraling motion with our hands and arms and our whole bodies. Breathing. Just exploring. And gradually, just come back to that starting position and finish off in that starting position with a couple of deep breaths, allowing that energy to settle. Good. You can shake that out. Great. Next, we'll do big circles. And we'll just start with one arm out, pointing at the horizon, palm down. We're going to shift the weight to that side. And we're going to swing the arm down and shift the weight over to the other side, bringing it up Making a big circle above and shifting the weight back as we come over the top and down. We're just going to describe a big circle. And again, here, if you've got shoulder issues or problems with your arms or hips, you can make this motion smaller, or you can make it larger. Start to breathe naturally. Just describe that big circle spanning from the horizon down through the center of the earth and up, pointing up to the farthest reaches of the heavens, the sky above us. Being thankful for the whole world and universe around us. It brings us all that we have. Do one more in this direction. Come back to center and start on the other side. Just raise our arm, shift the weight, come down and over, shifting the weight to my right. Repeat that in the other rotational direction. Breathing deeply. You may find this feels differently. Exercising different muscles. In the areas that need it, send good energy to them. Envision those spots. Breathing deeply. Remembering throughout our week to breathe more deeply. Allow that breath to calm us, nurture us, and bring us more energy when we need it. Often when I get frustrated, I think about I can't control everything. I can only control what I do. I'll take a pause to just breathe. Do one more rotation, one more circle. Come back to center and shake that out. Maybe we can do a little more shaking. Let's do a little Woojie Gong. Just stand in our stance and bounce. Bounce gently at first. Just allow the whole body to bounce. We can bounce a little bigger, however it feels. We can rotate around if you like. Just allow the body to remove any stress from our muscles. Our upper body, arms, shoulders, elbows, midsection, legs, ankles, feet. Just let that tension disappear. And breathe. And come back to center. We move into some crane exercises. Let's work through a dancing crane sequence. We're just going to begin with our stance. We're going to bring one leg up and rest it behind the other leg. Bring all our energy into one leg. If you need to, stand next to a wall or a chair. We're just going to get engaged in this leg here. Just, you can hold your arms out for better balance. Just take a few good deep breaths here. Engaged in that leg. And then we're going to just purposefully lower that other foot to the floor. Come back to center. And just roll that ankle out. Roll that leg or ankle out. Shake that. Come back to center. We'll repeat that on the other side. Just going to transfer the weight. Rest that foot behind the other leg. We'll take a few deep breaths here. Working on our balance, engaged in the legs, getting a little burn. And placing that leg with intention on the floor, rolling that ankle out. Then we'll move into giving our feet and ankles a massage and a stretch. Just be in our shoulder width stance. We're going to shift our weight to the right or left, and put your foot. I'm putting the weight on the outside of my right foot and the inside of my left foot, getting a good stretch in those feet and ankles. Take a couple of breaths. And shift to the other side. Shift the weight, get a little bend in the feet. Good stretch in the ankles. Again, this is very engaged in the feet and ankles and legs and works on our balance. A couple of deep breaths. And back to center. We'll go up on our toes. Work on our balance there. And back on our heels. Up on our toes again. Back on our heels. A couple more of those. And then we'll do the full rotation. Go up on our toes, off to the right, back on our heels, off to the left. We'll rotate in this direction a few times. Really good for massaging our feet, giving our ankles some exercise, working on our balance, and working on our leg muscles. And after the next circle, change directions, circle in the other direction. Breathing deeply, trying to relax your face. I find I'm tightening my face, trying not to fall over here. Just try and relax the rest of the body if you can. One more. And we can shake the ankles and feet out. Next portion of this, we're just going to shift the weight to one leg. Just swing the other leg, grazing the grass with the bottom of your feet or your carpet or floor. And maybe leading this movement with your toes, kind of making almost a figure eight. The toe coming forward and then back, and doing a little, again, working on our balance, being very engaged in that leg we have our weight on. Come back to center, shake out that ankle. We'll repeat that motion on the other side. So shift the weight and just allow that leg to swing like a pendulum. rotating from the hip. Stumbling a little bit. And coming back to center, shaking that, rotating that ankle out. We'll put the whole movement together. So we're going to lead with our leg, raise the knee, place the weight on the other leg with intention. Just try to get into a rhythm here that suits you. And again, this can be a larger or a smaller movement and motion as you see fit. It's great for our balance, great for all the muscles in our feet and ankles and legs, hips, knee. Breathing into it. One more on each side. Shake that out. Let's move from that to flying crane. While we're at it, just shift the weight to one side, bring the knee up, bring our wings up. Lower the foot, place it down. Repeat that on the other side. Breathing in, exhaling. Imagining the grace and beauty of a flying crane. Sailing over the marsh. Looking for lunch. Go at a pace that suits you, and a range of motion that suits you. Just breathe into it. Be careful of passing helicopters. On each side. Come back to center. What are we doing for time here? Got plenty of time. Let's for all this hard work, let's first reward ourselves with a massage. Let's do a Yin massage. So we're just gonna bring our hands up behind our neck, maybe with our fingers clasped together, and just massage from the back of the neck around to the front. Massage down the front of the neck. Bring our hands, backs of our hands together, down our center line. Move the hands around to the kidneys, to our kidneys, and give our kidneys a gentle massage. Then we're gonna bring our hands down the backs of our legs, smoothing out the energy and chi around the feet, up the insides of the legs, about the level of the groin. We're gonna cross our hands over, cross our arms, bring the hands up to the shoulders, and come back down the arms, switching the hands and bringing the hands back behind the neck. And we'll repeat this 3 times. Just massage the neck, down the center line, backs of the hands together. Reach around and massage the kidneys. Just enjoying the chi and energy we've been working with. Down the outsides of the legs. up the insides of the legs, crossing the arms up to the shoulders, bringing our hands down, our arms, switching the hands around. One more time, back behind the head, massaging the neck, front of the neck, down the center, back, around to the back, and massage the kidneys, down the backs of the legs, up the insides of the legs, and back to our position. And let's move into cloud hands here toward the end. Just swing your arm up one side, shifting the weight, follow that hand as it comes across, and then switch hands and follow it with your gaze to the other side. Let's just get into the zone here, get into a nice rhythm, breathing naturally, just settling that energy, calming all that we've been working with this morning. Imagining beautiful summer puffy white clouds. Being thankful and grateful for those clouds, bringing us the needed rain on occasion. Just being there to enliven the sky on other occasions. One more cycle, one on each side. Coming back to center. And let's finish here with some centering before we move into bamboo in the wind. Just take a minute to check in with our bodies, review our stance, feet placed firmly on the ground, shoulder width apart. Make that back erect, allow that energy to flow freely. Pelvis tucked in, shoulders back, crown of the head erect. Take a few good deep belly breaths. Bringing that breath to our dantian, that place where our qi is stored, cultivated, and distributed from. Bring one hand up to the level of the dantian, circle the other hand out and around and up and down the center line, just smoothing out that qi left to right, top to bottom, sending it where it needs to go, centering that energy, breathing deeply. Sharing our kindness and our happiness with others. Being thankful for the energy we have, the energy we have to give. One more on each side. We bring our feet together, bring our hands over the dantian, right hand over left, representing yang energy, left hand over right, representing yin energy. Whichever you feel you need to focus on. Allow the body to rock and sway, being thankful for nature all around us. And remembering to breathe throughout our week. Thanks.